Now at 11, a nationwide manhunt comes to an end.
Took his money and he pulled to the next window. Meanwhile, she stepped out of there and called the state police right away.
We're live in Erie, where all it took was a stop at McDonald's to finally catch up with the man wanted for killing a Cleveland father and posting it on Facebook. Plus, proven to be a lie, the shocking new development in an officer-involved shooting in Newcomerstown. And President George H.W. Bush back in the hospital. We have the very latest on his condition.
Zoe's shoulders looked like leather. I mean, it was horrific.
And a mother outraged that her child got second-degree burns on a field trip while her teachers had sunscreen on them, while the school says it did nothing wrong.
This is Channel 3 News at 11.
Good evening. A 3-day-long manhunt spanning multiple states has come to an end tonight after Steve Stevens took his own life following a police chase.
Tonight, a first look at new video showing that chase as police took off after Stevens. Surveillance video outside two businesses, a funeral home and a service center, captured the white Ford Fusion moments before Stevens was stopped. It happened on Buffalo Road in Erie, Pennsylvania, and police say it all began with what they describe as an alert citizen noticed Stevens at a McDonald's drive-thru. Channel 3's Chris Ty is live in Erie with what happened. Chris, good evening.
Russ and Sarah, good evening to you. Tips came in from as far away as California and Texas, but this all ended 110 miles east of where it all began, here in Erie, PA. While tonight the suspected Facebook killer is dead, the theories on how he evaded police and stayed hidden for 2 days, very much alive. The long road to justice ended in the drive-through line at McDonald's.
It looked like he was a little nerved up, a little agitated, and then just didn't want to wait.
It's 11:10 a.m. Stevens, on the run for nearly 48 hours, was hungry. He orders his 6-piece McNugget and fries. The attendant at window number 1 recognizes both the car and driver, and the plan to stall him is on.
Basically just told him it was going to be a minute for his fries, which it wasn't really.
What it would be was an opportunity to notify Pennsylvania State Police, who in minutes would swarm the lot and trigger a chase.
He took his 6-piece and didn't want any money back and headed out onto Buffalo Road.
The Buffalo Road chase was small and short, 4 cruisers less than 2 miles, ending with Stevens boxed in here. Putting a pistol to his head, he squeezed and ended in dramatic fashion both a nationwide manhunt and a 37-year-old life. Tonight, with his body still believed to be inside that car, the white Ford rolled out as new questions rolled in.
He's been somewhere over the last couple of days. We don't know where.
State police say the puzzle pieces are already coming together and will more quickly in the next few days.
Typically, when something like this happens and you have the death of the actor, some people will come forward. People will start to talk.
But much of those 45 hours he spent on the run, hunted, may never be known. Questions like who helped him? Where did he stay? And how did he get from Cleveland to Erie undetected?
A lot of luck. There are back roads, travel at nighttime. There's a lot of ways to do it.
The one thing not done, more attacks. The suspected Facebook murderer is dead, leaving behind new questions about mental health, social media, and 21st century crime. There is no indication that he had any help, that from the state police tonight. Tomorrow, the autopsy will be conducted. And then, Russ, there's the matter of that $50,000 reward from the FBI. Many clamoring tonight that McDonald's employee should receive it. We asked the FBI who will get it. They said in this case and every other one, they do not reveal who that reward money goes to.
Chris Ty in Erie, Pennsylvania. Safe travels home tonight. Thank you.
Well, also tonight, we're hearing from a friend who says he was the last person to speak with Steve Stevens before he uploaded that video depicting him killing Robert Godwin Sr. Hillary Golston talked with Jason Kloutman this evening. Good evening, Hillary.
And good evening to you, Sarah. Kloutman says the man you've seen ranting and raving on Facebook, that isn't the person that he knows. They pledged the same fraternity at the same time, and he has been devastated the past 2 days. Not just once, but twice. The first time when he found out that Stevens killed someone and then posted the video on Facebook. The second when he found out that Stevens took his own life.
I killed 13 people, and I'm about to keep killing until they catch me.
Steve Stevens would never be caught after killing 74-year-old Robert Godwin. He killed himself before that happened.
I just snapped, man.
About 48 hours earlier, he spoke to the world on Facebook and to people he was close with, like Jason Klotman. You said you were on the phone with him. What was said?
He was very apologetic. He apologized to our line brothers, or his line brothers, myself.
I shamed 4th District. I shamed Zayde Omega. I just snapped, dog. I just snapped.
Steve had high expectations, not only for himself, but, you know, just for us too. And he probably didn't know how to cope with those, not being able to meet those expectations.
Klotman says Stevens wanted to hit milestones like getting married, having kids, and things didn't work out. We also learned Stevens filed for bankruptcy and lost his home. In videos, Stevens blamed gambling.
Started making me gamble. I lost everything. I lost everything I had, man.
The ranting, the depth of a troubled mind. Klotman says that's not the man he knew.
He's been in my house. He's been with my kids. They call him Uncle Steve. My wife knows him personally, so he's a member of our family. The Steve that is on the news now and has been on the news since Easter is not the same Steve that I know.
Now, several people have said that the Stevens that they knew wasn't the person, as I mentioned, that they saw in those Facebook videos. But another thing that they're calling for tonight is for people to be aware about mental health issues, and that if they see someone who needs help, to try to get them that help, Sarah.
Tragic in so many ways. Hillary, thanks.
One of the people Stevens spoke with after Sunday's shooting was his pastor, Reverend R.A. Vernon of the Word Church. Dr. Vernon told me today he heard about the incident just after he finished preaching his Easter sermon and immediately called Stevens.
But I did say to him not to kill anyone else, and I just begged him not to take any more lives and tried my best to connect him with the chief of police, and at that point his phone kind of went dead. But what he said to me, again, I'll keep that confidential even in death, out of integrity and spirituality for who I am and the number of people that depend on me to keep confidence. But I did say to him, I begged him not to take any more lives, and you know, I would have come to him wherever he was, but at that point I think things were getting a bit panicky.
Dr. Vernon also said he's ambivalent about the way this all ended. He's sorry that another life is gone, but thankful that the closure process can begin for the families involved and the city of Cleveland. And today's news did bring a collective sigh of relief for Robert Godwin Sr.'s family.
But Robert's sister has a different take on this, one we didn't see coming. Channel 3's Don Kendrick is here now with that story. Hi, Don.
Hi, Sarah. The worrying if Steve Stevens was going to strike again is over, but it is a relief that for Robert Godwin Sr.'s family is tempered with the still gut-wrenching reality that he's gone forever. You'll see it in his sister's eyes. You're going to hear it in her voice when she gives her take on 3 days of living a nightmare.
I really don't know what I'm going to do without him. I feel so lost.
74-year-old Robert Godwin was Ruby's big brother, best friend, and travel partner before Steve Stevens killed him in cold blood on Easter Sunday and offered it to the whole world on Facebook.
Because I am hurting. God knows, nobody knows what I feel. But like my heart is going to burst.
News today that Stevens had taken his own life for Ruby.
I think that was the coward's way. You know? If that's what he wanted to do, he should have did that before. If he's that miserable, he should have did that before he killed my brother. I was worried that he would do this to somebody else. You know? I wouldn't want nobody else to feel like our family feel bad. No, I don't hate him. I'm just angry right now. And I'm going to pray that I get past that.
We reached out to Steve Stevens' mom, no interest in an interview today, on a day that has to be unbearable for her as well, which is why we have such big love for Ruby. Even in her grief, she has room in her heart to feel for Steve Stevens' family.
They probably are hurting too. His mother lost a son. She's going to miss him. I know how I feel about my boys, and being a mother, no matter what they do, you love your children. And I'm sure she loved hers. And I'm sure her heart is very heavy today, too. So we're going to pray for her, too.
We were so struck by how these strangers' lives have been woven together through tragedy that none of them chose. And then tonight, through Ruby, we found empathy on the other side. Back to you.
Wow, she doesn't hate him. She's just angry. Some powerful words there.
Can't even imagine what it feels like to be her.
Certainly. Thank you, Don.
Yep.
Well, in the meantime, Facebook creator and CEO Mark Zuckerberg addressed the case at the company's annual developer conference today. Facebook released a statement Monday saying it needed to do better to prevent these situations. Today, Zuckerberg reiterated that, saying Facebook will keep working on ways to prevent tragedies like this one.
And we have a lot more to do here. And we're reminded of this this week by the tragedy in Cleveland. And our hearts go out to the family and friends of Robert Godwin Sr. And we have a lot of work, and we will keep doing all we can to prevent tragedies like this from happening.
Similar incidents have been posted on Facebook in the past.
Coming up, the other news of the day, President George H.W. Bush is back in the hospital. We'll tell you why.
Plus, fabricated story. A local officer says he was shot during a traffic stop. But tonight, an investigation reveals what really happened.
And battle over sunscreen. We'll tell you why many schools don't allow students to have it, even if they're visibly burning. Hey, Betsy.
Hi there, Russ. Well, Northern Ohio, I think we've got some rumbly weather headed our way. I'll tell you when to expect the storms, and we'll talk about the weekend forecast straight ahead.
President George H.W. Bush is back in the hospital tonight. His office says he was admitted on Friday for observation due to a mild case of pneumonia. The 92-year-old has been treated, and we're told the pneumonia is clearing up. His office says he's in very good spirits and is expected to remain in the hospital for further observation while he regains his strength. This is the second time since January that he's been in the hospital for pneumonia. To Tuscarawas County now, where the sheriff says a New Comerstown police officer made up a story about being shot.
Officer Brian Eubanks originally said he was shot while investigating a mobile meth lab on April 11th. He said the suspects shot him in the arm and drove off. An investigation, though, revealed that Eubanks made up that story after he shot himself in what police are calling a failed suicide attempt. He was fired today after 14 years on the force. Well, now to a big development in the ongoing case against televangelist Ernest Angley. A federal judge ordered Angley to pay back more than $388,000 in back wages and damages to unpaid workers at his buffet restaurant in Cuyahoga Falls. Well, tonight, a post on its website says the Cathedral Buffet is now closed to the public. The U.S. Department of Labor alleged that Angley used more than 200 unpaid volunteers, many from his church, as workers.
There is new information from United Airlines in connection with that now world-famous case of a passenger dragged off a flight in Chicago. Tonight, United CEO says no one will be fired over it. The chief executive apologized and says he takes full responsibility for making this right. He also said it's too early to tell if the incident is hurting ticket sales. Northeast Ohio will be cast into the national spotlight in college sports for years to come, it appears. Today, the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission announced the NCAA has selected Cleveland to host championship events between 2019 and 2021. It's expected to generate more than $15 million. The championship events include wrestling, fencing, women's bowling, and men's and women's outdoor track and field.
Well, across the country, there's a battle brewing with many parents and schools. At the center is Sunscreen. One mom is on the mission to change the rules when Jessie Mitchner's two daughters came home from a school field trip with second-degree burns. She was outraged to learn that sunscreen wasn't allowed in school without a doctor's note.
Their teachers were applying sunscreen in front of them, and one teacher even said, "Oh, honey, you're getting so burnt, and I wish I could share this with you, but I can't."
The reason? Well, the FDA considers sunscreen an over-the-counter medication. This means in most states, teachers and even school nurses can't apply it, and parents can't even send it to school without a doctor's okay. The governor of Washington is expected to sign a bill to change this. It would allow school workers to help students apply sunscreen. Several other states are considering similar legislation. Well, a cure for a nasty bug could come from a very unlikely place. Frog slime.
You heard that right. Scientists at Emory Vaccine Center have discovered a compound in the skin secretions of the South Indian frog that may be able to kill the flu. They say that specific compound disrupts the stability of the H1 flu virus. It's already been successful in protecting unvaccinated mice, and researchers hope it could be used in humans when vaccines aren't available.
Ew, as they say.
I don't know if you've ever had the flu, like the honest to goodness
Frog
flu.
slime.
Bring on the frogs.
You're good with
Just
that, huh?
rub them all over
Okay,
me. I'm
wow.
fine with that because I
geez.
feel so yucky, and nothing could be worse, certainly. But
Not even
hopefully-
the slime.
Yeah.
I learned so much about Betsy Kling just sitting right here. Frog slime.
I just share it all, don't I?
You do. It's
How
all
about
good.
a forecast? Let's share that, shall we? Because that's why I'm actually here. We do have some beautiful conditions throughout the day today, and tonight it's going to be pretty nice as well. Tomorrow's going to be warm for us. Now, we will have a few showers around in the morning, cloudy skies. It will be breezy as we head toward afternoon, but it looks like right now the main event, the storm chances, will really be best as we head through the evening hours. Here's the setup. We have warm temperatures out to the west of us, still 71 right now in Chicago. But the dark green line is coming. That's the cold front, and that cold front will trigger storms tomorrow evening. Now, as far as tomorrow morning goes, you can see how we have just these scattered light showers throughout the areas of the tri-state, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan. That will kind of fade into northern Ohio for the start of the day tomorrow. There's not a whole lot of gumption with it, so it doesn't look like it's going to be really anything we have to be overly concerned about. But then tomorrow night, as that front gets here, there's a little more energy with that, and we do have an isolated severe storm threat with high wind gusts, hail, and heavy downpours coming through. Then as another surge of energy works through northern Ohio on Thursday with the backside of all of this, well, another isolated storm threat will be with us, and it looks like that main event will probably be on Thursday evening. Now, as far as the hour-by-hour forecast goes, let's talk about this. We do have a few showers possible in the morning. Temperatures are going to be close to 60 degrees, but note that the winds out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So any of your east-west bridges, it's going to be a little breezy tomorrow. That'd be the Valley View Bridge, the Interbelt Bridge, certainly going to be winds a-whipping. By noon, look at the temperatures. We are close to 70 degrees, still breezy, mostly cloudy skies, murky sunshine out there. If we break out into sunshine, we could easily see temperatures in the upper 70s for the day tomorrow. Now, here come the thunderstorms. Okay, this is 3:30 in the afternoon, and they'll be sweeping in through the evening commute. Timing looks to be between 4 and 8 p.m. kind of going back and forth, and most likely in the form of a line. We're going to get some lightning and thunder out of this, so if you have dogs and heck children or yourself that is not really a fan of the thunder, be prepared for tomorrow evening. The storms will sweep through the area after supper time and then clear out. So then we just have showers around for the start of the day on Thursday. Temperatures are going to start at about 60 degrees. We'll find the winds coming out of the south for Thursday afternoon. Now Thursday we get a little extra heat that's coming in. Temperatures will be close to 80 degrees. We'll have some storms that pop up in the heat of the day, but then remember we have that front coming in, and that front will likely trigger another round of thunderstorms coming Thursday evening. So Wednesday evening, Thursday evening for those thunderstorms. Now, as far as your Window Nation forecast goes, we put it together like this. 73, the anticipated high tomorrow. We get more sunshine. Raise those temps. About 80 for the day on Thursday. We will dry out, but we also cool off on Friday. Now, the start of the weekend, slim rain chances Saturday night. That will carry over into Sunday morning. But all in all, it looks like the weekend is going to be fairly dry for the day. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Betsy. Well, are you still searching for the home of your dreams? This could be your chance. WKYC is partnering with the Lake County YMCA on this year's Dream Home. Go to ymcadreamhouse.org for ticket information. Your ticket supports vital programs for children, seniors, and families.
And coming up, the Indians back in action tonight, looking to build on last night's win over the Twins. Could they make it 2 straight?
Well, Super Dave has the answer in sports next.
Guys, Kevin Spacey, John McEnroe here from Madeline Theater. Plus, we got Senator Elizabeth Warren. Music from All J. Do not change the channel. It's good.
The Sports Report is brought to you by the people pleasing people at Park Auto Group in Akron.
Hi, everyone. This is More Like It. These are the Indians that we thought we knew, the ones we expect to get back to the World Series as they win again tonight, beating the Twins on the road in Minnesota. And that's what we like to see. As we take a look at the highlights, and after losing 7 of 9, they have now won 2 straight. First inning, a good one already, 1-0. My ball, I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. I don't have it. Max Kepler, kids, use 2 hands. Jose Ramirez safe at second. Brantley scores 2-0 Tribe. That was with 2 outs, so the Indians make them pay. Lonnie Chisenhall base hit to right. Ramirez scores, and that makes it 3-0 Indians. Top of 3 now, 3-2. Ramirez giving nobody a chance to get this one. And that is a home run, and that is his 4th of the year. A 2-run shot to make it 5-2. Josh Tomlin, his best start of the season, 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts, and the Indians go on to win 11-4. Francisco Lindor gets it done as well tonight. Game 3 of the series tomorrow at 8:10. Trevor Bauer gets the start. All right, NFL draft is now 9 days away. Tomorrow, Sashi Brown and Andrew Berry will meet with the media to talk about it, and you can bet the topic of quarterback will come up. If the Browns had a game this Sunday, would Cody Kessler start? He started 8 games last year. Today, Kessler in Berea for the Browns offseason workouts. He's been working out in SoCal and Dallas, working to improve the deep ball. Kessler is preparing to be the starter. That's his mindset. He feels he can make a big jump from year 1 to year 2 and isn't concerned about any other QBs coming to town.
Ever since, I've been playing this game is control what you can control. And that's how, no matter who they bring in or if they do or if they don't or whatever may happen, you just got to, compete, and every chance you get an opportunity, you got to make the most of it. You can't over your shoulder thinking different thoughts. You just got to focus on the moment and, give everything you have to these guys in the locker room and the coaching staff and just continue to compete.
Many still think the Browns won't turn to the draft, but a trade to get a quarterback, and namely Jimmy Garoppolo. Patriots VP of Player Personnel Nick Caserio was asked today if the backup QB was available in a trade. Basically, he didn't say anything other than he wouldn't roll out, so we'll see what happens. Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 4 between the Blue Jackets and Penguins. Jackets down 3-0 in the series, leading 4-3 in the third. Boone Jenner taps it in for the goal, a much-needed one to make it 5-3. Blue Jackets win 5-4 in front of a sold-out crowd, and it was wild down there. First regulation playoff win in franchise history. They force a Game 5. That will be on Thursday. And in the NBA tonight, the Celtics lose again to the Bulls. So if it gets to the Eastern Conference Finals and the Cavs get there, maybe they'll have home court anyway.
Okay. Thank you, David.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
She's so cool, she had to think about it first.
Wait a second.
Wait a second. The whole crossing the legs thing. Very, very cool. Channel 3 News Today begins at 4:30 a.m.
Have those umbrellas ready. We'll see you tomorrow.